Hi, it's T. Michelle Birdsong in New York City. Mainstream includes to the marginalized. The Western Journal Sports. Female athletes file federal lawsuit after transgenders repeatedly shatter high school sports records. Female athletes have had enough by Sky Malberg, published February 16, 2020. This is excerpts and commentary from that online article. 3 female runners filed a lawsuit in federal court Wednesday to fight a Connecticut policy that allows biological males to participate in girls' sports. According to Alliance Defending Freedom, the policy adopted by the Connecticut Interscholastic Athletic Conference has caused girls in competitive high school track events to lose places on their teams, victories, opportunities to compete at higher levels, and exposure to recruitment and scholarships because males who identify as females often outperform them. Selena Soleil, Elena Smith, and Chelsea Mitchell have experienced these disadvantages firsthand. Mitchell would have won the 2019 state championship in the women's 55-meter indoor track competition, but 2 biological males took first and second place. Their ability to participate cost her the gold medal. Soleil and Smith said that they also haven't been able to receive medals or opportunities to level up because of male involvement in their sport. Since 2019, 2 males have been allowed to compete in girls' high school track events in Connecticut. They have collectively taken 15 women's state championship titles, all of which were previously held by females. Trending: Dershowitz, Alan Dershowitz, bombshell. I have proof Obama personally asked FBI to help George Soros investigate someone. Okay, back to the article. ADF reported that these males have taken 85 advancement opportunities from female athletes in the last 3 seasons. Note: females can't compare to males with athletic ability. Everybody in their right mind knows that. Male bodies are stronger and faster than females. Soleil filed a complaint with the U.S. District Court for the District of Connecticut, which argued that the CIAC's policy jeopardizes the girls' Title IX protections because it creates excessive odds against them. Note: females are odds-on favorites to bring new life to creation. What about that? That's amazing. I'm trying to get to the next page here. Oh my goodness, the pages are stuck together. There we go. The lawsuit noted an op-ed written by a transgender athlete who argued that learning to lose is a part of competitive sports. Note: testosterone will win against estrogen in sports every day, but not in nurturing new life in its womb. Wow. How do women do that? The transgender athlete argued that there is a difference between character building loss, note, yeah, if the competition is fair, and being robbed of the opportunity to experience victory. Can these biological males win against other biological males? One would guess not. Do you think that biological males should be banned from female competition? This is a poll. No, 2%, 15 votes. Yes, says 98% of the voters, 687 votes. The lawsuit further argued that the biological differences between males and females are not stereotypes, social constructs, or relics of past discrimination, but instead real, note, true factors that play into their ability to compete against each other. Note, how many female coal miners are there? How many female plumbers are there? There's a difference between males and females. Everybody in their right mind knows that. They can see it. One's body is hard naturally. The female's body is soft and squishy naturally, so the baby can be comfortable nursing. The argument continued. As a result of these many inherent physiological differences between men and women after puberty, male athletes consistently achieve records 10 to 20% higher than comparably fit and trained women across almost all athletic events, with even wider consistent disparities in long-term endurance events and contests of sheer strength, such as weightlifting, the complaint said. Note, the military had to dumb down their requirements for training for female recruits. The women just could not keep up with the men. An Iraqi war veteran said one day they had to get to their foxholes quick to avoid being hit by sniper fire. Not one, but 2 female soldiers forgot to bring their rifles to the foxholes. He said women who are not lesbians want to be men, who join the armed services want to be screwed by the men. Leftover desire of wanting to have had sex with their fathers, feeling being competitive with their mothers, and never got rid of these childhood mindsets. They went into their subconscious programming, hence cat fights occurrences. Because track and field events are purely about the physical abilities of the athletes, the physiological differences between males and females create notable disparities in the state records. Note, there are mental differences too. Men are logical and analytical. Women are emotional, sympathetic, and intuitive. Intuition being the voice of God. Sympathy is next to God. Sympathy is next to love, that should be. God is love. Women are more loving than men, more like God. Men are the protectors of the mothers, the women. No one doubts, goes the argument, that top male and female high school athletes are equally committed to excelling in their sport and train equally hard, the lawsuit stated. Yet boys and men consistently run faster and jump higher and farther than girls and women. Note, their bodies and prowess fit their purpose to protect the women and children. Holcomb noted that girls and boys have been separated because of biological differences, not athletes' beliefs about their gender, because it's the physical differences that impact fair competition. Related, Elizabeth Warren bashes bill that seeks to block transgender athletes from dominating girls' sports. Note, Elizabeth Warren lacks love for the female gender, including for herself. That's why she tried so hard to be someone other than who she is. She deluded herself that she is an American Indian until the DNA test proved her to be a white woman, not an American Indian. Girls deserve the same opportunity as boys to excel and choose their dreams. Allowing boys to compete in girls' sports shatters those dreams and steals opportunity, ADF Senior Vice President of U.S. Legal Division Kristen Wagner said. Note, and allowing females to bust into male locker rooms and clubs is robbing males of private time with each other where they can be themselves without finger-wagging females who have a different set of sensibilities and purpose. It's dispiriting to girls competing against boys to know what the outcome likely is before the race even starts. But if the girls were knitting needed sweaters or baking needed bread, they would be in their element. Lesbians and homosexuals can sign up for talk and share therapy. The grass is not greener on the other side, people. The argument goes, the government shouldn't rob these girls of the opportunity not only to win but to earn college scholarships. Note, colleges have turned into perception indoctrination centers, said researcher David Icke, with whom I agree on this point. College is not only too expensive and overrated, but it's dangerous for the students' mental balance. They most of the time except for Hillsdale, Liberty University, and Oral Roberts University teach, promote emotional weakness and hatred. The argument said the government shouldn't rob these girls of the opportunity not only to win, note, at mediocrity, but to earn college scholarships and launch their own careers in athletics, coaching, and more. Western Journal writer. Okay, so that's the end of the argument of the article. And it says Western Journal writes, we are committed to truth and encourage and accuracy in all of our journalism. Read our editorial standards. Scott Malberg, news writer, The Western Journal. Scott Malberg started out as an editorial intern with the Western Journal in 2019 and has since become a staff writer. Ever since she was 10 years old, she has had a passion for writing stories and reporting local news. Sky is currently completing her bachelor's degree in communications. I wonder how many men they have on staff who don't have a bachelor's degree. T. Michelle Birdsong sold her first piece of writing for $1 to her mother's husband when she was 6 years old. She has many books, nonfiction, on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. And she has written a piece of fiction with her daughter, Robin Birdsong, called Sneezy the Greasy Babysits Abigail, available on Amazon.com. And T. Michelle Birdsong has written a children's book, a pop lullaby called Jenny Blue Eyes Seeks a Friend, arranged and spoken by her youngest daughter, Melanie Lynn Spear. T. Michelle wrote the lyrics for a song to her granddaughter, Jandara Michelle Ranziger. Music and vocals by T. Michelle's youngest son, Sing Birdsong. The song is called I Believe in You. She has created, guided by God, an effective therapy called Talk and Share Therapy, refined with the help of her daughter, writer, astrologer Robin Michelle Birdsong, and her daughter, mother of 4 saints, Melanie Lynn Spear, and her son, Sing Birdsong, singer, songwriter, musician, and her son, computer techie, Anthony Craig Williams. T. Michelle's business is called Mainstream Includes to the Marginalized, shortened to Maine the Marge, by her son Anthony. Tia Michelle has gathered data for 3 musicals, one called What It Is To, another called Mr. and Mrs. Jesus Christ, and a third called Love Struck 3. She is waiting for a script writer, a composer, and executive producer to step up. Tia Michelle graduated from SUNY Empire with a Bachelor of Science degree in creative writing. She has a passion for psychology, having being as Freud in her background. Okay, and that's the end of the article. I hope you enjoyed it. So long.